What makes a good logo? Hello everyone, it's Rob here from Cookie, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to create a good logo. It's a difficult thing to do and it means a lot to your business. I've worked in the design and print industry for just over 8 years now, and in that time I've created a good selection of logo designs. I'll be honest, some of which are not that great, and some, as I've gone through my career, have progressively got better and better as I've learned the right ways to make a logo. So I thought today, why not? I will pass on what I've learned over 8 years, and hopefully it will help you create a great logo. You think of all of the big names, you think of all of the big brands, and as I've mentioned before, you've got your FedEx, your Amazon, your Apple, your UPS. They are all super clean and simple. They do not shout about what they do. They don't have highly detailed illustrations in the design. If you are thinking about putting a full-blown image into your logo, I'd just avoid it. You are being far too complex with it. Keep it simple. This links me very nicely to the next point, which is making it fit for purpose. So obviously, if you're using a design or you're designing it yourself, you'll be doing it on a nice clean white screen, or you'll be doing it on a big white bit of paper. And ultimately, you've got to think, okay, will this be put onto a cap? Will this be made tiny on a letterhead? Or will this be going onto a billboard or on the side of a van and stuff like that? So obviously, if you've got this super complex logo, on a van it will look fine, but you scale it down to the size on a business card, for example. In the industry, when it's printed, it's going to bleed into it. It's going to just become a blur of colour, and nobody wants that. So always consider where it's going to be placed. A lot of people fall into this trap where they think they must put what they do into their logo, and again, think of the more memorable brands. How many of them say what they actually do in their logo? They have it paired with a tagline that's not part of the full logo, but none of them say what they do. So Nike, for example, they don't have Nike sports goods. So bringing this back to Cookie, it would be like me doing this. It just doesn't look right. You don't need to do it. We all fall into that trap of thinking that when you're working on the design, you think that is it, that is your entire brand, and it's just not. When is your logo ever going to be independently on its own without anything else to support it? Never. Never going to be. If it's on the side of a van, you're going to have your details on there, you're going to have a description on there, you're going to have something on there that explains what you do. If it's on a poster, it's just your identity tag on there, it's just your logo, and the poster should, if it's designed correctly, explain what you do, explain the promotion and everything else that goes with it. So don't go thinking you need to put absolutely everything you do on your logo. You don't need it. At most, tagline. Next point is not to be too literal. A lot of people think this, so I could have easily done this with Cookie. But I'm never going to do it, because it's just too literal and it looks crap. It looks really, really bad. And ultimately, especially with the name that I've chosen, they'll think I sell cookies. And think outside the box. And even if that means making it incredibly simple, that's fine. Let the visuals do the talking for you, as I'm going to do with Cookie. You know, let the imagery do the talking. Your logo doesn't need to do it. There is a fine line between being very literal with it and being too abstract. I mean, there's a few businesses recently that have gone, for me, in my opinion, too minimal. To the point where it just becomes shapes, and obviously people are getting paid a lot of money to do that, but in today's world where there are so many businesses out there, I think it's getting incredibly more and more difficult to go down the super minimal route. There's only the big firms can do that, where it is such as 2 circles put together. The next point is to not get caught in the trap that you need an icon. Now, I absolutely love an icon. I love working on them, and I love it when you see those ones. If you've been on Pinterest and you see them and you go, oh, that's just smart. I have never been able to do it. Where it's something like this. And you think, oh God, I wish I could come up with that. Some people just have that gift. You don't necessarily need to have an icon. Like with Cookie, I've decided not to because if I was to do it with Cookie, you'd end up going down the cliche route and nobody wants that. Leading on from that is to keep your logo appropriate for what you actually do. This sounds really simple, but a lot of people don't do this. Let's say you're a tech company and you create cutting edge computer tech. And you're a startup and you're really modern and trendy, and you for some reason decide to go for Comic Sans. The association with Comic Sans is nurseries, children, you know, really friendly and handprints and all that kind of stuff. And obviously it just doesn't match what you do. However, there is an opposite end to that where you see more than often, and it reminds me of the 90s really bad, is that you're doing a tech company, so you must go for this Matrix style blue and black or green and black style thing, and it just looks dreadful and tacky, and it just shouldn't do it. It's horrible. So you need to find that really good middle ground. So what I take away from that being a tech company is, okay, you're really modern, you've got a really friendly environment, and whatever you're creating is as cutting edge as it can get. So go for something really clean. Obviously the go-to stuff for anything like that would be Helvetica. Montserrat is absolutely amazing. I love that font. I'd definitely go for something a bit cleaner that is a bit more approachable. Lastly, I'd recommend always creating your logo in black and white. I don't know whether this is purely because I like to work with pen and paper to start with and to scribble out ideas, but if your logo works really well in black and white form, you've got that foundation to work on. Then add colour. Add colour from black and white. Don't start with colour. If you've got that foundation of black and white logo, then you can always revert back to that. If you're thinking, when you've decided to whack a bit of orange and whack a bit of blue in it, you can always go back to that black and white one. So yeah, that is my verdict on how to create a good logo. It's difficult, it takes time, and if you're really unsure about it, go to a professional. Get yourself a logo designer that does that for a living, and they will be able to sort it all out for you. If you have any other points that you would like to add to this, or you think I've missed something really crucial out, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The link's below. Click the bell that's next to it and get notifications as soon as I upload new videos. And also, like the video if you liked it. And join me next time when I go through with you my process of creating a logo. Really looking forward to it. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Love you, bye.